Good morning guys and welcome to another episode of Sailboat Creations. I'm Mel and today we're at home in our workshop. And we're here with our laser engraver and cutter. So today we've got some 3mm acrylic that's going to go through the machine and we're going to cut that out to create some window templates. So let's get that started. Okay, so now it's all finished cutting, so let's open her up and get out the template. Okay, so there's our little template, guys. You can see it's got nice radiuses on the corner there, so that looks really cool. So this is going to be our new window shape. So we're going to take this one down and head to the boatyard now and do some tracing around and mark out the boat. So let's go do that.
So on our template here, marked out the centre lines in both axes, and I'm going to transfer those same centre lines onto these windows, and we'll put a centre line up here and going across here. So we'll do that now. As a bit of an in-between job, we've got a boat here that sank at the boat club, and the boys dragged it up here to just to try and save it, but the owner said he didn't want anything to do with his boat anymore. See, it's sunk into the mud here, but it's all soft, there's no paint on it. The guys had come and stripped all the stainless off of it. They took the windows out, anything of value they sort of cut out of it. And now we're sort of at the stage where we've got to get rid of it because it's useless. It'll never go in the water again. See, we've got a soft deck. She's pretty rooted. These in here were live fish rolls. So you put your catch in there, keep the fish alive, nice and fresh. It's got some Volvo Pentas, and these are TMD 31As, I believe. See, it's had some issues. The exhaust return has exploded there. Starter motor's all corroded up. That carby's all corroded through the that's a heat exchanger. You've also got the oil cooler down below, that's all corroded. But would have been a nice boat one day, nice fishing boat. So it's got chain drive for steering, nice throttles. This would have been a nice big fishing deck, but we'll cut this up. See here on the deck, nice holes through the deck. Not much left of this. This hatch is pretty bad. I doubt this would work. The ball valve feels alright. So let's cut some holes in it. So what I want to do is inside here, I've got a Samson post here. I want to be able to cut a hole in these boards so I can wrap a chain around here, around this Samson post, which goes all the way up there and all the way down to the keel. And then come out this side, and then in that shed there, we've got a 20-ton winch, which you might not be able to see, but over there we've got some rollers. It's basically nice and in line with this boat. We'll wrap the wire across that shackle, over to that shackle, and straight down here, and then we'll drag this boat up this piece of cement over onto the slips here. Then we have the ability to use that front end loader to break it all up and put it in the bin. Well, we didn't quite get there with this boat. We're going to maybe wait for high tide and see if we can finish it off then, but unfortunately I won't be here with a camera, so we won't be able to film it. As you can see, I went around there with the sling where that Samson post is, and then we went to the cable and to the winch. We tried this winch first, but as you can see, it actually pulled the wiring out of the winch. And then this is a bit more of a more beefy, stronger winch. goes all the way to that back shed over there. But unfortunately, that's a 20-ton winch, and it couldn't pull this boat at all. It didn't even move. Didn't move an inch. And the winch overloaded, and so it's got more than 20 ton of force to get this boat to move. But the tide is coming up now, and as the tide comes up, they'll pull this boat. They'll try again because it'll have a bit of buoyancy, and they'll try and pull it up and over that bit of concrete. But unfortunately, I won't be here to film it. But we gave it a go, didn't work, so we'll let them figure it all out. So while I was gone, the boys got the boat up off of the beach. So this big boat was sitting just here. So it turns out the reason why we couldn't pull it was actually suctioned down onto the mud. So also these props would have been digging in a fair bit. So those props are basically destroyed. You can see one's got a big crack along here. But they weren't able to drag it because it was suctioned down onto the mud, and they end up having a crane here to remove a mast off of a couple of boats. So they used this hole with a big sling, and then at the back there's a couple of holes to let the water out on the deck. 1, 2, 3. So they slung through there and then lifted it up, and the crane has a scale on it to tell you how much force it took to remove it from the mud. But basically this boat took 29 ton to remove it out of the mud. So that'll be why our 20-ton winch couldn't pull it up. So, but we got it out, and basically what's going to end up happening with this boat is a chainsaw will come along and cut this top off, and then start cutting this up in sections, and this will go to the dump. And there's nothing really on it of value, so it's all just rubbish. So that's how this boat ended up.